Advanced option traders for beginners. Welcome to my first live on YouTube. Good morning, good evening if you're watching from US and Europe. We're gonna talk about advanced option trading today. I'm gonna show you how to do advanced trading step by step, and also the biggest mistake the beginners investor makes. Do not ever make this mistake. And I'm going to show you how much I made for the past 1 week and the past month, and also very easy way to make money in advanced option trading every week or every month. S&P 500, it was up. S&P 500, it was down 0.2% today. Like I said before, S&P 500 and Nasdaq, they are overbought right now. So right now it could be a good time to wait until they pull back a little bit. But this week there's one very important economic indicators that's coming out. So that could push the bull market further up. And remember, a lot of people are still having cash, billions of dollars sidelines, because they are waiting for inflation to come down. They are waiting for economic data to get better. So S&P 500, it was up the last 5 days, 0.86%. For the past month, it was up 9.21%. So if you miss for the past 1 month, you will have missed quite a lot. Year to date, 18.99%. So if you invested in S&P 500 at the beginning of the year, you will have made 19%, so 1,000 is gonna become $189 profits. So $1,189. So that's better than investing in real estate. And if you look at Nasdaq was a little bit down. Remember, for the past 1 month, it was up 11.35%. So it's no surprise that it could be taking a breather. You know, when you're running a marathon, you can be running all the time. Sometimes you will rush a little bit, run faster. Sometimes you will just walk. And at the end of the marathon, people are gonna run to reach the end. So stock market is the same way. You have to stop to take a rest a little bit before the next leg up. And year to date, it's up 37.1%. So Nasdaq is up much more than S&P 500, which is why I like technology stock much better. Last year in October was the end of the bear market, so I was buying so many technology stocks because I knew that last year it was down the most among all the other S&P 500 setters. So this year it will be the first and the top industry that's gonna be at the top. So yeah, my guess was right. And also I'm gonna tell you next year what could be the best performing industry setters in the next future video. So subscribe my channel if you want to know more about it. And Dow Jones, it was down 0.16% today, and 5 days it was up 1.15%, and 1 month it was up 7.3%. Year to date it was up 6.63%. So Dow Jones wasn't up so much. Usually Nasdaq has lots of technology companies. Dow Jones has industrial companies, manufacturing industrials like Caterpillar. And S&P 500 has the best 500 companies in the US. So let's look at how much I made last week from November 20 to November 24. And it was only 3.5 trading days. Remember, Thanksgiving holidays. So I made over 1,648 in 1 week. So a lot of people ask me, how much should they invest to make this much money? And how much could we get? That's the wrong question, because if you have a limited mindset, I'm gonna work for 1 hour, I'm gonna get paid $20 per hour. If I work for 10 hours, I will get paid $200 for 10 hours. If you have this mindset, you will never be rich, because there's always a limited time. a limited amount of money that you can make. And let's look at it. This last week it wasn't so bullish week, but I made over 1,600. And the week before, I made over 1,357. It was more bullish the week before, but I made less money than last week. And if you look at the second week of November, it was very bullish, but I only made $800. This is realized gain. Realized gain means I traded advanced options, so I needed to take gains. But when I bought stocks, I hold it for a long time, so I had so much unrealized gains, but it's not gonna show up right here. This is only realized gain. So when I took profits, it's gonna show up right here, and I paid commission $32.23. And the week before, the beginning of the bull market, and the ending of probably the correction. I'm talking about the beginning of another lace up. The bull market started in October 2022, and October 2023 to November 3rd, 2023, it was the starting of another leg up. It was the end of the correction. I made over 3,400, and for the month of November, I made. Right now we are not at the end yet. Let's say November 1st to November 24th, I made over 6,000 in 1 month. But in October, I was busy. I traded only 1 or 2 days a week. I did not trade so much. And October 1st to October 31st, I made 5,000, over 5,000. So you see, it's the time and it's the education that's more important. I made more money not because I put in more time. I only traded only once or twice a week. In October, I still made over 5,000. And I was busy traveling around the world, moving from countries to countries, so didn't have time to trade. But still made so much money for October. But November, yes, I had more time to trade, and so that's why I made a little bit more. But the difference is not so much. So do not have the mindset of, hey, I need to. If I put in more hours, I will be making more money. That's salary slave mindset. Do not have that. And most importantly, how much could you invest to make this amount of money? Let's look at last week, November 28th to 24th, 1 week, and let's say this is 1,648. Let's look at this. And I did not have a loss last week, which was good. And how much did I invest? It shows that I only used 3,680 of capital, and I made 5,328. The profit is 1,648. Remember, I did not use 3,680. This is like I traded once, stock option, I sold it again. Then after that, I trade another options. These are all total. If you look at it, all these things, total cost, I sold 369. I bought back 340. So I'm really using only a few hundreds for every trade. But of course, the buying powers, I could be using 10,000 for that, because 10,000, 40,000 for the buying powers. But that buying power is not my money. My broker gave me that buying power. So for NVIDIA, in order for me to trade advanced option for NVIDIA, I probably need to have 43,000. If I'm just buying, selling normal stocks, I need to use 100 shares. So I need to be using 48,000 for NVIDIA. But you need to use only a few $100s for advanced option. That's the power of trading advanced option. I use so much less capital, but the gains are almost the same as buying, holding 100 shares of NVIDIA. So that's pretty much good return, and I did not need to pay interest to my broker. All the buying powers was given to me by my stock broker and option broker, and all the gains are for me to keep. And I only pay commissions of $9.29. Do you want this business? Comment down below. What do you want to know? Comment down below. If you ask good questions, I'm going to answer in the next my next live video. And let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia, for the past 5 days, it was down. Started from November 21st, it went down. So you might be thinking, oh, people are gonna lose money. We can only make money when the stock market is up. It's wrong. Let's look at my Nvidia trade. From November 20 to 22, I made profit. It was down. Remember, November 21st, it was down. So how did I make money? From November 20 to 22, I closed the trade. I made money. From November 22 24, did some trading. I still made money. It's advanced option. So basically, I sold this put option on November 20th for $250, and after expiry date, before the expiry date, I bought it back. November 22nd, I bought it back for $10. So the difference between the price that I sold and the price that I bought is my profit, $240.47. And on November 22nd, I ended another trade, advanced option. Then I bought it back for $565. The difference was the profit, 103.97. So I made $344.44, even though the Nvidia was down. That's why I like advanced option. In stock investing, you can only make money if the stock price goes up. But if the stock doesn't move, you don't make money. If you buy dividend stock, yes, you can get dividends every quarter, every 3 months, but it's too long to wait. When the stock price goes down, you can't do anything, rather except for waiting for dividends. So what could you do when the stock price is not moving, or the price is going down, or even if the stock price is going up dramatically? You can use the same method. It's called advanced option trading. I'm going to show you step by step. So let's look at December 29 expiry date. Strike price of 440 Nvidia put option. So what do I do? And what did I do? I'm going to show you my Robinhood. And you can use any stockbroker. Robinhood is beginner friendly, so that's why I like to use Robinhood to show you how to make trade. So it's easier for you to understand. So I sold strike price 440. Expiry date December 29. Click on sell put option. When you buy put option, you are bearish on the stock. When you sell put options, you are bullish on the stock. When you are buying put option, you are telling the other party that you want to sell 100 shares of your own of Nvidia. But if you are selling put option, you are telling the other party that I'm ready to buy 100 shares of Nvidia at the strike price of 440. So if Nvidia stock price drop to 440, I'm ready to buy. And also at the end of expiry date, December 29. Remember, the put option buyer have the right to buy this. Put option buyer has the right to sell 100 shares of Nvidia anytime before December 29, on and before December 29. But he's not going to sell his share if his share is more than $440. And I don't have to worry about having to buy 100 shares of Nvidia until it hit 440. And even if it hit 440, I'm happy to buy at that price for 100 shares. So 44,000, I need to have 44,000 ready. Do not use advanced option if you do not have enough cash to cover 100 shares of the underlying put option that you are selling. Put option that you are going to sell be ready to have enough cash to buy 100 shares of an underlying stock. So click on 425. So that's I'm saying that I'm selling this put option. I'm gonna get 425. The maximum profit is 425. Maximum loss is 43575. So if Nvidia company becomes bankrupt tomorrow, so my loss could be 43,575 tomorrow. But could that happen? Yes, it could happen. But the chance of Nvidia going bankrupt is pretty slim. So that's how I could make money regularly. If it doesn't go bankrupt, I keep 425. If it doesn't go down to 440, I keep 425 profits. Of course, if Nvidia crash tomorrow to 420, I need to pay 440,000 to buy 100 shares of Nvidia. So it doesn't matter. I'm ready to keep Nvidia. So only use this strategy on great companies that you want to buy 100 shares. So after that, you can click continue. You can confirm that execute the order. That's it. And next, I'm going to talk about this week for the week of November 27 to December 1st. Economic news, what could happen. And Tuesday, there could be consumer confidence. Are consumer bullish? They are spending more money? And also the home price index. What's happening with the home price? Is it going down, or is it just stable? Is it going up? Lots of Federal Reserve governors gonna speak on Tuesday, November 28. So the stock market could be volatile, depending on how hawkish they are or how dovish they are. If they are hawkish, we need to raise interest rate a lot more. Inflation is not what it meant to be. The stock market could dip a little bit, but that's opportunity. Remember, we are in a bull market, pre-election year, and next year is going to be election year. This year could be the most bullish, but next year it's the second most bullish stock market, looking at the history. And Wednesday is GDP. If US economy is growing really well, that's going to be really, really good news. The media forecast is 5%, which is really good. And lots of Federal Reserve president is going to speak as well, so that could fluctuate the stock market a little bit. Thursday is very important day. Core PC index. Everybody is watching this core PC index. If core PC index is lower than expected, which is really good. Federal Reserve doesn't have any reason to raise interest rate more. In that case, that's gonna be a bullish for stock markets. PC index, core PC year on year, and New York Federal President gonna speak. Initial jobless claim. So if initial jobless claim is more than expected, which is good news because Federal Reserve now have a less reason to raise interest rate. Friday is also very, very important because Jerome Powell is gonna speak. If he sounds hawkish, then the stock market could lose steam and could dip in December. So that's gonna be good buy opportunities. October was the best buying opportunity for 2023, but December, if it dip a little bit more, we are still uptrend. If it dip, then it's a good time to add shares. So I'm gonna be adding more shares. Now I'm just waiting. I'm using advanced option. So when stock market is going up a lot, at the beginning you can add so many shares, but then you wait for the next down. When it comes down a little bit, then you can add more share for that. In the meantime, I use advanced option. Going up, I use advanced option. Stock market is not moving, just going up and down a little bit, I use advanced option. When the stock market is going down a little bit, I use advanced option. So advanced option is good for any market conditions. Up, not moving, or going down, I use advanced option. I only buy stocks when they are under value. I only buy great companies when they are under value, before they goes up. When they goes up a lot more, I will wait a little bit more for them to come down. I only add shares when they are under value. Even if they are going up, I may probably add more shares if I do not have full position in my portfolio. But I stop adding shares when I have full position in my portfolio. Even if they are still under value, I will just stop adding shares. When they are overvalued, would I sell? No, I will not sell. Of course, when they are overvalued by 2 times, 100%, I will sell the shares to buy another undervalued stocks of great companies. Remember, only buy shares stocks when they are undervalued. Only buy great companies. That is very, very hard for me to lose money. Okay, remember our Thursday and Friday could be quite interesting days. And I'm going to show you 3 stocks. Intuit, Double Test, QuickBooks, Main Credit Karma. They are reporting on Tuesday, November 28. This stock price was up 15.71% the past month. So if you have missed out buying shares or holding shares in October and November, you will have missed quite a lot. It's very hard to get 15% 1 year. If you go to the bank, they only pay you 3%, 4%, 5% maximum. But if you have just bought this one stock last month, at the beginning of the month, you will have made 15%. That's quite a lot of money. And year to date, it's up 43.47%. It's very, very hard to find real estate investment or buy a house that's gonna appreciate 43.47% year to date. And the last 5 years is up more than 2 times. It's almost triple the money if you had invested in 2018. So I like this company. This is a great company. I used to buy it, but I sold it to take profits to buy other undervalued shares, stocks, better than this company. And so this is going to be reporting. And do I think it's going to go up? It really doesn't matter. If it goes up, I stay make money. If it goes down, I stay make money because of the best option. Do I think if it could go up? Yeah, I think so. Because it's stay a bull market. And another thing is if it goes down, it's a good opportunity to buy. Usually stocks when they are overvalued. When stocks are overvalued, they tend to go down, even if they report great earnings. For example, Nvidia reported really, really great earnings, but it still went down because it was overvalued. Lots of people took profits after the earnings report. So that's a sign of overvalue. So I'm waiting for Nvidia to drop more to buy. In the meantime, I use a best option to take profits from Nvidia bull run. And another stock is $3. They sell $1 products. If you go to $3 in US, you can buy so many products. Almost all the products are $1. Maybe they may increase a little bit price more, $1.10, $1.20 now because of inflation. That's how they got money from $3. You can buy everything at $1. So this is a retail store. Right now, I do not like retail stores. That $3 is recession proof. When recession hit, lots of people tend to buy cheap products. So $1 products. So retailers, $3 is okay. Their returns was up 5.92% the past 5 months. Year to date, it was down 17.05%. 5 years, 34.09%. So compared to Intuit, $3 is not as good as stock performance. Intuit is much better. I like Intuit company much better as well. It's a better company in my opinion. And also, if you look at another stock, it's Foot Locker. Foot Locker is going to be reported this week as well. I saw this stock because it depends on Nike so much. Nike makes up about over 30% of their revenue and 40%. And And since last year, Nike has been trying to sell directly online. So they're not gonna be rely too much on retailer. So that's why I sold Foot Locker. After I sold Foot Locker, of course it dropped quite a lot. So that's a good call. 5 years it dropped 59%. So if you invested 1,000 the past 5 years, you will have got only 400 back. You will have lost about 600. So a lot of people, they gonna look at the price. Oh, it's only $23. Oh, it's cheaper than $3, $116. It's much cheaper than 561. Do you think most investors buy into it for 561, or do you think most investors gonna buy Foot Locker at 23.11? If you answer Foot Locker, you are right. Most beginner investor will only buy lower price stock. Lower price stock doesn't mean it's cheap. Remember, cheap means in terms of valuation. Let's say iPhone is worth 2,000, but you are paying only 1,000, then you are getting under value. Remember, you are getting really good price. The stock is under value, but you are paying good price, you are getting great value. Even if it costs only 1,000. But if the product value is $10, but you are paying $20, you are paying more. It's expensive. It's lower price than 1,000 or 2,000 iPhone, but you are paying more than what it's worth. So do not overpay. Foot Locker, the price may be lower, but it's not as good a company as Intuit. So that's why lots of investors lose money in the stock market. If you have only 1,000, people are gonna say I could not buy a lot of shares, or I could only buy 1.5 shares into it. But if I bought Foot Locker, I could buy 50 shares, a lot of shares. So I would rather buy Foot Locker than Intuit. But if you bought two investors, one investor bought Foot Locker, one investor bought Intuit. Of course, the one who bought Intuit was able to buy 1.5 share, but Foot Locker was able to buy a lot more share. How much would they have right now in their pocket? If the investor who bought Foot Locker 1,000, he will only have 600 left in his pocket because 33.62% down. But the investor who bought only 1.5 shares will have made 1,440. Remember, the profits would have been $400 more. It's much more than investor who lost money. Foot Locker investor lost $400. Intuit investor made $400. One day have only 1,000. So it doesn't matter how many shares you buy. It's the company, the stock that you buy that matters more. So even if you have only 1,000 shares, you could use Robinhood to buy fractional shares. And lots of US stockbrokers have allowed you to buy fractional shares. The link is gonna be down below. And so never make this beginner mistake. So Berkshire Hathaway, one share cost over 547,000. Why do some companies keep the share price so high? Because they don't want an educated investor. They don't want an speculative investor to come in and trade and speculate, and they leave when the business reports bad news temporarily. They leave. They don't want that to happen. So that's why these stocks, they keep the price so high, so normal and educated investors do not get it, do not even think about buying this share. If you have bought into it since the beginning, or $8.54 in 1995, and in 1993 $2.65, then your money will have multiplied 100 times, so much more than 100 times, $2.65 to $561. So that's how you get rich in stock investing, in stock markets. Great companies can double, triple, 10 times, 100 times, 1000 times over your lifetime. Always invest in great companies. That's how their stock price becomes so high, 561, so high. Of course, they will have done some stock split to make it lower, but still, great companies, even if they have done stock split, their stock price could go up much more for that. If you want to watch more videos about advanced option tradings, forex trading, bond investing, and how much I made on stock market predictions, and go for live videos, my favorite stocks, you can go to my YouTube playlist and watch all these videos, high paying jobs, option trading. Share, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.